Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. All right, so the ritual I'm about to share in this video. It's another ritual. The book I'm reading from, once again, Magickal Attack. All right, so this ritual comes from the section of the book titled Disruption Magic. The author describes these type rituals as minor magic rituals. All right, so because of the nature of the rituals, though, I must say that you can use at your own risk. I'm not responsible, but please take responsibility and do not aim any negative magic at anyone unjustly. All right, so the ritual I'm about to read now is a ritual to move somebody out of your life. I felt like this would be a good one to read, just given that there's many situations where people feel trapped, or you want to get rid of somebody, you want to get somebody out of your life for whatever reason and feel like you don't have the power to do so. In some situations, you might not have the legal power to do so. There's a lot of those situations. Anyway, with this type magic, this magic isn't to cause harm. All right, so this is something for somebody who's not looking to cause harm to anyone, or you're not trying to ruin anybody's life. All right, that's why the author considers these to be minor magic rituals. However, you should have an impact, right? You should get some results from the magic. Anyway, I'm going to read it and then we could just go from there. All right. So, to move somebody out of your life. A modern form of folk magic involves writing the target's name on a piece of paper, binding it with thread, and then leaving it in your freezer. This can lead to your freezer compartment containing far more magical detritus than sausages, and can have the opposite effect to the one it is intended. When you store a magical item such as this in your house with your food, you are not freezing the subject out of your life. You are keeping that person with you. Many people use this method, but my preferred approach is as follows. Obtain an object from outside, some distance from your home or place of work. Tradition dictates that you locate a pebble on the edge of a lake. If you are not fortunate enough to be within reach of such a lake, there are many other alternatives. It should be something that has been in that place for a while, which is why I don't recommend taking litter or any other discarded items home. If you live in a city, remove a small piece of bark or a twig from a tree. At the conclusion of the ritual, you will return the object, so give that some consideration when choosing, and do not forget where you obtained this item. For the sake of argument, we'll assume that you obtained a pebble from a lakeside. Your next task is to connect your target to this object. You can write the target's name on the pebble, or write the name on paper and wrap or glue it firmly to the pebble. You can scrape the name in with a sharp point, More important than writing the name is that you begin to consider the pebble to be the actual target. This requires an abundance of imagination and the playfulness of spirit. Once, on a visit to the theater, I watched an actor stroke an invisible cat for the most of the second act. On recalling the scene from that night, I pictured the cat on his lap. Such was the commitment of his performance. This is the level of commitment to be employed. Talk to the pebble as though it is your target, cradled in your fingers. Call it by its name. Recall the way you met and the things that have happened since that day. Speak out loud if you are able. Avoid the potent subjects that have led to your current state of disharmony where possible, and recall the connections between the two of you. All right, so he's saying recall the connection between the two of you, how you met, the things that did happen, but try to avoid whatever the dysfunction is, right? But still make a connection between you and the pebble, which is your target. Now, at some point, you will feel that the pebble takes on the quality of your target. This shift may occur in a few moments or after several days of attention. If you feel nothing after a week, you may never actually sense this shift. So, assume that it has worked and move to the conclusion of the ritual. Return the object to the place it came from. The pebble should be cast into the lake joyfully. Do not worry yourself with how this magic might take effect. Do not even think about it. Focusing on the target is not helpful at this stage. It is important to take an object from outside your home, bring it into your home where you make the connection, and then return it to its place of origin. A variation is to place an object on a bus or a train that is leaving your locality. But I have never tried this myself, concerned that the train will keep returning with the object still in place. I find it far more satisfying to cast a pebble into a lake, or when city bound, to drop a twig at the base of a tree that it was taken from. This ritual will not make the target move to another city, but it will make the person lose interest in you. The calls will stop, and interference and gossip will cease. Use it to get rid of needy people who thrive on your time and energy without offering anything in return. Use it on those who weaken your will or drain you. In some cases, the target may not disappear at all, and you may continue to encounter the person on a daily basis. But the connection will be torn, and you will remain free of influence. All right, so that sounds like a powerful ritual that can be done that's not calling for hardly any material, physical paraphernalia. So anyway, I think I'm just gonna leave that at that. The book I'm reading from again is Magickal Attack by Gordon Winterfield. I like this book more and more the more I read it. All right.